Hello guys, this is Rattue 498 and this is a 2 versus 3 commentary battle on Napoleon Total War, map Grassy Flatlands. I am Sexy Mango and Captain Noob is Huntsman Terminator. So I'm playing as Prussia, Termi is playing as GB, and all three of our opponents are playing as GB. So my build, I've got 5 lights, I believe I've got 6 musketeer units, I've got 4 lancers, 3 foot guard and a general staff. Termi has got 4 fencibles, which are the militia for GB. He's got 5 lights, he's got a couple of foot guard and the rest line, and he's also got a general staff. He's got a couple of light cav units as well. So basically, if you have a look at the mini-map, you're going to see what we're doing. I've told Termi to hug onto the red line, and I'm going to literally come up next to him. We're trying to ignore the third person. It doesn't really work out like that, but we're trying to ignore him as best as possible, so we're both moving across. And we're going to try and make one kind of army. The key to doing 2v3s is to not sit back in camp. You have to get into one of the opponents quickly, you have to try and kill one, so you kind of level it out so it's a 2v2. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to be like the holding player. I'm going to be trying to take on both the armies and trying to hold them up at the same time. And Termi's going to be trying to destroy the guy in front of him as quickly as possible. So this is basically the plan. I wanted to try and hold back, I didn't want to engage, but looking at their armies, they all had a few rifles, so I'd have been outranged, so I had to try and get in pretty quickly and get rid of the rifles. So I rushed my lights up as he's trying to get into position, and just as he forms up, my guys stop running, and we're going to get a shot off at each other. Prussian Fusiliers, one of the best in the game, apart from Portuguese lights. Any light unit will be a rifle unit realistically in this game. The lights are a lot better than the rifles, so one of these light units against a rifle unit and the light unit will win. So I'm pretty comfortable I'm going to win the light engagement, but I do have all my lights now facing the opponent who was the centre against us, which wasn't ideally what I wanted, as the third opponent is now attacking me on the flank. I'm going to do this battle from my perspective. Terminator's got a channel, I'll put the link in the description to his channel. Hopefully he'll do the commentary from his perspective when he attacked his guy on his side. Would be good. So, but this is the third player, the guy on our far right. He had some lights. I'm trying to use my cav over on this side to stop his lights from firing. As I've got no lights over here, I've moved one musketeer unit forward as kind of like a meat shield for my 3 foot guard behind, and I'm going to try and just hold this opponent off while I'm trying to beat the centre. So my foot guard's moving up behind, my musketeer unit's in front as like a meat shield. Should have brought a militia really, didn't really think about it too cleverly. Militia would have probably been good. But my cav managed to hold his lights off, just so I can get in position to shoot at them. That's one of my musketeer units. Foot guard unit further up. There's a foot guard unit firing and the musketeer unit firing there. So as you can see now, my opponent's wrapped round. One of the things that people said, I posted a 2v3 that me and Banashri did, and one of the things that people said was the fact that obviously they're pretty easy if your opponents don't attack. You know, if they kind of sit back, then it's pretty easy because you can gang up on one guy. This battle was good basically because all the opponents did come forward and they did engage us. So for the majority of this battle I was fighting 2v1 until Termi managed to finish off his guy. The centre opponent here does a cav charge through, go for my lights. I didn't move him back as quick as I'd liked, but I wanted to try and get rid of his cav early on, so I thought that if I could have a shot off at them, take them down by half, then hopefully they'd just be destroyed a bit quicker. At the same time, the other opponent did a cav charge on my right into my foot guards, managed to square them up as well, so managed to hold them off. The opponent on the right had some really decent cav. He had a couple of lifeguards, a couple of dragoon guards. He had some really decent cav, which caused me a lot of problems because they were holding my units up a lot. But as you can see here, I'm engaged right away on the line. That's one of Termi's units I'm clicking on. That's his defensible unit. He's kind of moved in. One of the centre guys moved 2 foot guard units across now, I think, to support the guy that Termi was attacking. But other than that, these guys are the right and the centre guy facing me at the moment. My cav charge goes in. This was the crucial point in the battle for me. This cav unit, it managed to wipe out 3 line units, and that was the crucial point for me really. I spread them out so when they charged in, they hit 2 of the units, so they couldn't form square. and then basically I just kept the cav engaged while the rest of the units were shooting them up, and I managed to destroy 3 of those units really quickly, and that was really important to me because if it freed up some of my units to be able to form new lines up and stuff, so that was very important. Over on the back here you see my units were in square. One of the cav units got through the initial attack on the lights and came behind to try and kill my general, so I had to square my units up. I'm pulling back my right flank now, just because I'm completely outnumbered and my units are quite heavily depleted, so I haven't got much of a choice but to pull back. At the moment I look kind of disorientated. Up there's Termi and his opponent. He's doing a good job. If you look at the minimap you can see we're red. I believe we're red. Are we red? Yes, we're red and the opponents are blue. So you can see Termi's wrapped himself around his opponent. So here in the centre, these guys are reforming their lines after my cav charge. My cav's all gone now. And now we're just reforming our lines back up. And as I say, now all I've got to do is basically just try and hold on. So as you can see, if I do hold on, then it means Termi will be able to wrap round and these 2 opponents on this side will have to reform a new line together, which is kind of what we're hoping for. At the moment I'm doing a pretty good job holding them off. Realistically against GB, I should have also been GB, as the Prussian musketeers are pretty crap. So I really would have wanted better lines. But they're doing a pretty good job at the moment. The lights are doing a very good job. As you can see now over on this flank, that's all Termi's men and Termi's men round in the L shape. So it won't be long until he can come over and help me out. The one thing to notice is the fact that over at the top of the screen, the opponent on the right has still got a good sized cav force over there for the end of the battle. And here as you can see me and Termi now have joined lines. So we're kind of fighting as one front again now. And it's going okay. It's not going too badly on my side. I'm getting quite a battering off all the units firing in. There's rifles behind lines, all sorts shooting at me. And as you can see, I'm putting back my right a little bit more as well now. But Termi's nearly done, which means he's going to reform up. And as soon as he reforms up, then I can pull back a little bit. And then we can form one front. It'll basically be like a 2v2. So yeah, there's the cav at the top, lifeguards and dragoon guards and all sorts of cav still up there. So he's got a really decent sized cav up there as well. It's quite a force to have to try and beat. So as you can see now, the centre guy's pulling back. You can see that Termi's done his guy, and you can see it's not going too well. Here, if you look, this road's invaluable on the Flatlands map. I've got two ranks firing, but because these guys are in the road, they're lower, so I've got 2 ranks firing. And realistically, they're both musketeer units, so against a decent GB line unit, I'll probably need 2 ranks firing against them anyway. So I'm going to do something a little bit risky here. I'm going to charge my general in on this light unit. I'm wasting so many bullets on this line unit, and I'm running low of ammo, so I can't really afford to. So I take a bit of a risk. If my general dies here, then I'd say my battle's pretty much over, and we wouldn't win this. So I just quickly run in, give him a hit, and run back out again. And I kill, I think, about 15 or 20 of them, so it was worth doing. So if you have a quick look over the top, you can see that we're doing alright. I mean, they've had to pull away, they've had to run away from us, so they will reform again, but they've had to run away from us for the moment. And this guy's outflanking me here. This is the 3rd player. He's outflanking me there. And Termi's now able to come forward and join up with me. So this guy moves his line right up. Because I'm in the road, he's going to find it difficult to hit me. Because I've got technically like a hill cover. So he's going to find it hard to shoot me. So he's moved up closer so he can get better shots. And as you can see here, the opponent's just reforming his lines up with his lights. And over on this side, I believe... Oh yeah, I've gone in from melee with one of my musketeer units on his foot guard. And I'm going to shoot him up with his foot guard. I'm a little concerned here as well. Neither of these 2 units in front can form square. And here comes a great big cav charge. So these 2 units are going to be buggered now. There's nothing they can do. They're going to die. I can't save them. There's nothing I can do to save them. I try and reform my foot guard up behind. But they're too late. So they don't get a shot off. But they're going to form a square anyway. So that'll hold the cav up. There's their square. And over on this flank, I move my lights round in a straighter line so we can join up with Termi. and he's coming around, as you can see. His front line's already there, and his second force is still moving up behind. That Musketeer unit actually won against the foot guards there with a little bit of fire support. They actually managed to beat them, so I was quite impressed by that, but then I do a completely stupid thing. They've got 49 men. I don't think they can square, so I don't worry about them. If they had 49 men, they could have squared. You can square from 47 upwards. They had 49, but I didn't square, so that unit just got completely battered from behind. But as you can see now, we've got our lines made back up again. I've got my lights in front of my line, firing. He's still got cav, which means I have to keep my lines behind my lights. He's still got cav units about. Over on this side, 2 cav units coming in on Termi. And I'm going to move 2 of my line up to try and outflank my opponent on this side, as my lines are still firing in. And these Prussian Fusiliers are very, very good. The one thing you find, the better the light unit, obviously the faster the reload speed, the quicker they run out of ammo. So if you're up against units like this, the Prussian Fusiliers or the Portuguese, I think they're Cazadors, then basically you want to find yourself a bit of cover and kind of waste their bullets away is the best thing to do. Don't try and go in a straight out fight with them, because chances are you'll lose unless you use your cav very well or you've got a meat shield or something. Chances are you're going to lose. So you want to try and waste their ammo off as best as possible. So cav charge coming back in again, going to form up a square again. And realistically, as soon as we kill this cav, it's going to be easy, but until this cav's gone, it's not, because every time I have to form square, I lose about 15-20 men per unit, and he gets 3 shots off at me. So it's not particularly good for me at all, these cav units being around. Same with Termi on his side, he got a couple of cav units up there fighting him. So I've got my 2 line units there behind my lights now. I'll pull the other 2 line units round. He's firing in as I'm in squares. You can see there's a couple of cav units still around here at the back, and he's got his general there as well. So another cav unit coming in, and this one's going to come in on my other line unit, I believe. And I'm just going to form a square up with that one, but he stops. I didn't understand why that line cav unit stopped, but he stopped. So over here I've got my foot guard unit going in on these Black Watch, and they're going to go in for melee. They're out of ammo, so they're going to go in for a bit of melee on them, and they do very well. But I do believe he sends his general in as well in a sec, and basically my foot guard unit dies, his Black Watch dies. So it's just kind of like a huge bloodbath over there, really. So as you can see here, the importance of the cav, that unit there with the red above it was really the that was the one that was in square, and it just got shut up by the line unit. So the cav is really, really important. You get your opponent into squares and just shoot the hell out of him. You find your shots are more accurate as well, because they've got a big clump to fire at, as opposed to firing in a long line. So it's more like concentrated fire, and they do a much better job. So basically my right flank has been routed here by these cav units being around. I believe that's my general as well. I charged my general into that Black Watch I was talking about, and he ended up dead, I believe, as my opponent's general went in. So, but I've still got quite a few units left. I've still got 3 line units, 3 line units, and the remainders of my general staff. So this is general on general, which I win. Woohoo! So my general wins that. Well, not my general, because my general's dead, but my general staff wins that battle. And now basically we're just going to push around them, and this is the end of the battle, really. I'd like to thank all the opponents for playing. It was a very good game. Everyone came forward, no cheaters, no campers. It was a really good game, really good fun. I'd also like to thank Termi for being such a hero. He did a great job on his side. Although I say that, and as I say that, his general dies, so that's a good job. And thanks everyone for watching. Please do rate, comment and subscribe. And I'll put Termi's link to his channel in the description for this, for you all to go and check out his channel. Please subscribe to him. Even just to hear his Aussie voice is just great. So just go and subscribe to him for his voice, if anything else. Okay guys, so that's the last of their units. My general just charged into and he's routed away. So thank you very much guys, and I'll see you later, and bye bye.